Sapav BHAMBRA here for PSB Sports. I'm with the knowledge of Sky Sports, Spencer Fearon. We're at the Gorman vs Accolade fight. How you doing, Spence?
I'm very good, Pav. All the better for seeing you, my friend. Can you believe how I'm dressed today? Nobody didn't recognise me. Can you imagine?
Mr. Fearon, underdressed.
Me.
Spence, what do you make of the main event then with you, Gorman and Accolade that we just saw?
A little bit lacklustre on Dominic's side. Fair play to Nathan. Gorman. He did what he had to go and do. Threw the punches when he had to go throw the punches. Threw the bursting knee. He's like, Dominic couldn't trigger. Dominic was just walking the guy down in straight lines, doing everything right, feinting, cutting the ring down, but not firing when he's meant to be firing, and that's why he lost.
Additionally, Spencer, in terms of this young crop of heavyweights we have on the domestic scene, you know, we've got Dave Allen behind me, Gorman, Accolade, you've got so many fighters here. Who do you think is the best out of that young crop on the domestic scene?
I wouldn't mind, you know what, I think Dave Allen is a very good fighter. Seriously, and all he's got to do is keep his head straight and carry on doing what he's doing. I think like he's gonna do good things. You know, I like him. You know what I mean? Recently, he hasn't disgraced himself. He's been with the most avoided heavyweight in the world. He didn't disgrace himself, and he gave Dylan White a good hard 10-round fight. So yeah, I rate him. I like looking at this Gorman kid though, you know, he's not bad. He's got a couple of things to go learn, but it's embryonic stages for him. He's still young, so it's a nice time for boxing in general, but especially the domestic scene in British heavyweight boxing.
Just wondering, did you happen to watch Golovkin versus Jacobs?
I did watch the fight.
A lot of people believe that Jacobs won that fight. Some people thought Golovkin won convincingly. How do you see that fight, and how do you see a fight with?
We got to be realistic. In a close fight, which it was a close fight, whoever wins a close fight, it's not a robbery, right? I think, in my eyes, when I scored the fight, I had it 115, 113 to Danny Jacobs, right? And I watched the fight 3 times. But if you're looking at what Golovkin does, which he didn't really do, apart from the knockdown, there were certain rounds where I saw Jacobs win back-to-back rounds. But it depends what you like. I'm a guy who really likes skills, and Jacobs demonstrated skills. He demonstrated bravery, and he demonstrated a lot of heart. And coupled into the fact that here is a man that also beat cancer. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes you could have favoritism to him for those reasons, and other people could have favoritism for Golovkin because he is deemed as a premier boxing guy, a top 10 pound for pound, right? So maybe you could kind of side with him and say, oh well, then he did it. But I'm saying certain times when you go into this big expectation to see people do certain things in fights and they don't do it because you're looking at Golovkin thinking that he is going to totally obliterate Danny Jacobs from his punching power, and he didn't. And when he did knock down Danny Jacobs, what was that in the 4th round? When he did knock down Danny Jacobs, it didn't even seem like it was that much of a hard punch. It seemed like Danny Jacobs was more balanced because he kind of switched southpaw. Hard fight to score, but in a close fight, it's not a robbery. But I'd like to have seen Danny Jacobs' hand being raised because Danny Jacobs has battled a lot more adversity than what Golovkin's done. But it was a close fight.
Also, I want to speak to you about, I remember when we caught up at the weigh-in, you said the tagline for the interview was, I will tell Tony Bellew to bring it to David Haye. He did that, and Tony Bellew won the fight. And obviously, your prediction was also correct there as well.
Yeah, but you
Tony Bellew did win.
You know what? I'm gonna be real. A few days just before the fight, when I was asked my prediction on the show, I went back and forth. I just said David Haye. Pressure was on me. I'm South London. David Haye's South London. But Tony Bellew was my boy, and he's more than my boy. Tony Bellew is he's like family. Him, Dave Cooley, double, my boy. That Tony Bellew did jump on him, but I knew prior to the fight on the Wednesday evening that David Haye was injured.
Okay, right.
I heard stories that he was injured, you know what I mean? Flying around that he was injured, he threw his Achilles, he went to Germany, try and get it fixed. But I'm saying, so what? I'm so happy that Tony, for the reason is this. Tony Bellew maybe needed David Haye to be injured to go get the win. But the thing about it is this, it's mindset. If someone's saying to you, I'm coming up there, first punch I land on you, I'm knocking you out, right? You're going to think, okay, then first punch he goes out, David Haye goes out, lands on Tony Bellew, who should knock him out because Makabu hit hit him with a shot, and he 360. Remember? He did that roll, and then he got back up, but next round knocks out McCarthy. So we're thinking to ourselves, maybe, you know, maybe because we've seen Tony Bellew lose to guys like Adonis Stevens, where like bigger, stronger guy. But Tony Bellew is now put on weight. He's stronger, he's fitter, and not only that, but he's wiser. He fights wise. Unfortunately, with David Haye's done everything that he's done, but he's still trying to fight the David Haye of 2003 and 4, 5, 6, 7, winning world titles. He's trying to still fight the same. When you see old guys, when you become older, you make adjustments to your style. The reason why you make adjustments to your style is because you got to use wisdom now. You got to use wisdom to kind of corner people into them throwing your shots. Could you imagine George Foreman of trying to fight of the George Foreman of 1974 to the George Foreman of 1994? It wouldn't work. So you have to make adjustments. And unfortunately with David Haye, he didn't make any adjustments, and he came out second best. But he came out second best also because he's injured, and he should be given a lot of credit for the heart that he's shown, demonstrated from round 6 and carried on fighting 5 more rounds and getting clumped. And fair play to Tony Bellew, because Tony Bellew could have probably like tried it on him and tried to throw mad punches and all the rest of it, and he showed compassion. So I would say like props to both guys, man.
Absolutely, Spence. It's always nice.
Pav, keep on doing what you're doing, man. That's what I'm saying. Just keep every time I'm seeing it, all the shows now and everything. And trust me, you see how big iFilm are. I remember I remember when they just started, there was a lot of cynicism. So when you start, people are gonna be cynicism about everything that you do. People are laughing about me when I said I'm gonna retire from boxing. I'm gonna do something inside of the game. I wasn't too sure what I was gonna do, but I've done it, and I'm here. I'm doing what I'm doing. We're living mighty now. So you got to just keep on doing the same thing, keep on pushing forward. Speak what you seek till you see what you say. That's all I've got to say. Peace, fingers, I'm out of there.
Peace. Thank you so much, Spencer.